This video is dropping on Easter Sunday, so I thought it would be interesting to talk about how Bitcoin behaves like religion. Before I do it though, I am not saying that Bitcoin is a religion, so if you're into Bitcoin and you're not religious, that's not what I'm saying. And if you have another religion, I'm not saying that it's better than that religion. I'm not saying any of that. What I am doing is comparing Bitcoin's structure and everything around it to how modern religion operates. So, and it's really supposed to just be kind of fun and just looking at it in a, introspective way, like, that is kind of like religion. So this isn't meant to be super deep, okay? I'm just talking about how it operates. Putting that out there. But before I do, I just want to say please subscribe to the channel and like the video. All right. So, religion basically is something that people believe in very strongly. If you are in the Bitcoin community, or if you're even a regular person and you've talked to anybody who likes Bitcoin, you know that they are very, very, very serious about it. And actually, some people call it a cult. So that in itself pretty much kind of, puts it on the religion path. But I just have a list of some stuff that gives some insight on how it does pretty much do that. Okay? So the first thing is that Bitcoin isn't just money. It really is composed of a moral community. So the backbone of Bitcoin is that it will fix things that are messed up in the world. So corruption, money being, controlled by the wrong people, and just government and all the things that really need to be fixed with a solution. Just like in regular religion, where it's believed that you will be put on the right path if you follow a certain set of beliefs. So there's that. I have also things that it creates, okay? So just like religion creates ritual, so does Bitcoin. Religions, there are gatherings in church. There are other aspects of it that really bring in community, and Bitcoin is no different. So there are conferences, right? There are similarities in people who are most involved and keep the system going. So people who are miners, they kind of run the nodes and they keep the system in place and produce the actual ability for it to survive. And religion has pastors and people who spread the word and keep it going, right? So there's that. And then just a strong belief system in what to do. So hodling, that stands for holding on for dear life. Those are the Bitcoiners that will never sell their Bitcoin. They believe in keeping it. And then there are people in other religions that are that devout as well. I have a sacred text. So in most religions, there is one book that determines the religion and what to do and what it means. There's the Bible, there's the Quran, there's all these different books. And in Bitcoin, there is the white paper. So it is the origin of Bitcoin. It goes into how it's going to solve all the world's problems, what it's created with, why it can't be corrupted, all these things. So it is pretty much the sacred text of Bitcoin. I have prophet figure. So clearly, all religions have that one person that is looked at as the defining representation of the religion. Of course, you have, Christianity, you have God, Jesus Christ, all that stuff. I'm not going to go into all the religions and things like that. But in Bitcoin, it's Satoshi Nakamoto. That is the founding father and the end all be all of the best creator in the world for money. What else do I have? Moral code. So pretty much saying, hey, if you don't do this, you are damned, right? So with religion, of course, it's sin and doing things that you're not supposed to do. With Bitcoin, it's not your keys, not your coins. And if you don't have your keys, you are doomed and you are damned. And that is the ultimate sin, is releasing your keys out to the world. Okay? So that's it. I just wanted to give a few examples of how something like Bitcoin can be a huge unifier for a community. And while I'm being light about this, because it can be light, I'm just talking about similarities. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that it is a religion, and I'm not saying that it replaces religion. I'm just making the point that Bitcoin is a very, very important thing to a lot of people, and more people need to care about it. And if more people did look at it as something that can really save some things, we would be better off, because we do have problems that Bitcoin can solve. There is a lot of corruption in the world. There are a lot of bad players. I didn't get into the devil or nothing like that. But if we did want to get into that, then there would be plenty of entities that should be, up for contention for that. A lot of, entities, people that would be in the running, because there is a lot of corruption in the world. And I do think that Bitcoin, even though some people would say that it's a cult, I believe that it serves its purpose, and that as a community, we are doing a really, really important work for everybody. All right, so that's all I'm going to say about it. Like I said, it's supposed to be mostly light, but I personally think that it is relevant to, because people are so serious about their religion, like super, super serious. And people should be super, super serious about their money as well. So I don't see it as that different, to be honest, but I do want to be clear that I'm not saying it's the same thing. Okay, so there's that. And then there is this book called Thank God for Bitcoin. I haven't read it yet, but it's my next book that I am going to read. And basically, from what I understand, it is kind of going more into this idea of Bitcoin being the savior of money. So I did put that in the description as a link to the bookstore that I have. And I am going to read it, but I'm just putting it out there that it is available. I'm not vouching for it, but it's probably a really good book. People really like it. So, all right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out the book, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.